In today's energy markets, let's take a look at WTI crude futures as they're realizing some selling pressure now. We're seeing them down now 4 out of the last 5 trading sessions and pushing down to the lowest level in just about a month. Intraday low of 92.95, currently right around the 94.30 level, so off the lows of the session, but still down about 4% day over day. And when you look at, I think, some of the reasons why we're realizing further selling pressure, a lot has to do with the adjustments taking place in the interest rate environment, not only here in the United States, as we're seeing rates going to multi-year highs, but also from a global perspective. And I think that that's feeding into the belief that that's going to slow economic activity. And I guess that was or is apparently the intent of the Fed to try to quell some of the inflation issues that the economy is currently dealing with, and therefore I think that we're seeing it feeding through to expectations for growth, and therefore impacting demand, and we're seeing a downside pressure here on WTI and crude in general from a global perspective. Also, we're seeing selling pressure in the equity markets today, as again that's being impacted by, I think, very similar themes. Now, when you look at the trends today, we are experiencing WTI now pushing back down towards that low end of the recent range. And really, when you look at the pop that we had up to 130 and then back down, this was kind of the area where it's, it was where it was planing out a little bit before we had that push to the 130 level. And now it appears to be back to this level which from a longer term perspective over the last couple of months appears to be like the bottom of this range. And so that's something that certainly keeping an eye on now that we're down into the mid to low 90s. Also, on the flip side of that, we are experiencing natural gas futures continuing to realize upside momentum. And again, I think that LNG and just exporters of LNG from a global perspective are benefiting from some of the trends. And it looks like U.S. Expectations for U.S. exports in natural gas are being ramped up, and therefore having upside pressure in the pricing structure. And we're looking at natural gas futures now trading at the highest level since 2008, the end of 2008, pushing up to that 6.70 level. So again, upside momentum in natural gas futures, with downside selling pressure when you look at WTI futures in today's price action.